So, in a world where an AI can answer pretty much any question you throw at it, what's left for us to teach? It's a huge question, and it's exactly what we're tackling today. We're going to explore the absolutely essential human skills our students need to not just survive, but to really thrive in this new AI-driven world. Let's dive in. Okay, let's kick things off with a number that should make every single one of us stop and think. A report from TVN Joy suggests that a staggering 90% of what our kids are learning in school today could be totally obsolete by the time they hit 40. I'm going to say that again, 90%. This isn't just a tiny adjustment we need to make, it's a massive shift in what education is even for.
And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? If memorizing facts is losing its value, because let's be real, a machine can do it instantly, then where should we as teachers be putting our energy? It's a super important question, and it means we have to rethink our entire approach, right from the very beginning.
So, how do we even begin to navigate all this? Well, here's our game plan for today. First, we'll look at our changing classrooms. Then, we'll compare AI smarts versus human smarts. After that, we're going to zero in on two skills that matter more than ever: critical thinking and creative problem solving. And we'll wrap it all up with a practical playbook you can use in your classroom tomorrow.
All right, first up, our changing classrooms. The world outside our school doors is just racing ahead, and honestly, it's a major wake-up call for all of us in education.
The truth is, it feels like we're constantly playing catch-up. An OpinionWay study actually found that 78% of people feel like new tech is just evolving way too fast to keep up with. And yet, think about it. You walk into so many classrooms today, and the setup, the desks, the board, it looks almost exactly like it did 50 years ago. The world's been transformed, but our learning spaces haven't. That's the gap we have to close.
Okay, let's jump to our next section, AI smarts versus human smarts. Now, the goal here isn't to figure out how to beat the machines. Not at all. It's about understanding what makes us uniquely human and then figuring out how to turn up the volume on those incredible strengths in our students. First, let's just make sure we're all on the same page. In the simplest terms, think of AI as this incredibly powerful tool. It's been fed just mountains and mountains of data, and it's learned to spot patterns in all that information to create new stuff, like text or images. It's basically a supercalculator, a brilliant assistant, but it doesn't think, it doesn't feel or wonder or dream like we do.
So this is the key difference right here. AI is the ultimate supercalculator. It's amazing at crunching through stuff it already knows to give you an answer. But us, we humans, we are the innovators. Our superpowers are things like curiosity, asking why, and connecting ideas in ways that no one's ever thought of before. An AI can't be truly curious. It can't play around with an idea just for fun, and that's our edge.
Which brings us to the first of our two core human skills, fostering critical thinkers. You know, this might just be the single most important skill for anyone trying to navigate this new world.
So here's the trap. AI tools are designed to sound super convincing. Their answers are confident, they sound official, but they can be wrong. They can be biased or just plain incomplete. And if our students just accept those answers without a second thought, it weakens their most important muscle, their ability to think for themselves. Our job now is to teach them to be healthy skeptics.
So how do we actually do that? Well, based on some great guidance from Be Secure, here are 4 simple classroom rules you can start with. Number 1, AI is not always right. Just drill that in. 2, always check other sources. 3, never, ever share personal information. And 4, this one's huge. Use AI as a helper to get you started, not as a replacement for your own brain.
Okay, let's move on to our second essential human skill, nurturing creative problem solvers. If critical thinking is all about questioning the answers we get, then creativity is about dreaming up the solutions that don't even exist yet. I just love this quote from a Wakatoon report. It says, "Children are more curious, autonomous, and motivated than AI." It's so true. That natural, built-in drive to explore and figure things out is something a machine just can't fake. It's the very heart of innovation, and our job is to protect it and help it grow. And check out this amazing little experiment. When a group of kids were asked to draw a circle, 85% of them spotted a clever shortcut. They just traced the lid of a teapot. But the AI, it went for the ruler, trying to logically construct a perfect circle. It's such a perfect example of that beautiful, outside-the-box thinking that is so human. Okay, so we've talked a lot about the what and the why. Now let's get into the how with our last section, your AI classroom playbook. I've got 2 super concrete activities you can adapt for your students right away.
So for the younger kids, say 6 to 9-year-olds, try a co-create a story activity. First, just brainstorm a really fun story idea with the whole class. Then, ask an AI tool to write it for you. Next, you read the AI's version out loud together. And finally, and this is the best part, you all critique it. What did it mess up? How can we make it funnier or scarier? This teaches them that AI is just a starting point, not the final product.
Now, for your older students, maybe 10 to 13, let's lean into that critical thinking with a fact-checker challenge. Have the class ask an AI a really tricky question about history or science. Then, their mission is to become detectives and use trusted sources, real books, verified websites, to check if the AI's answer is actually true. Then you can all discuss what they found. This builds incredible research skills.
You know, all of this really points to a big, exciting shift in what it means to be a teacher. We're moving away from being the sage on the stage, the person with all the facts. Instead, we're becoming the guide on the side. We're the coach for curiosity, the facilitator of great thinking, helping our students navigate this new world wisely.
So as we finish up, I just want to leave you with this one thought. The future isn't about having all the answers. AI is going to have plenty of answers. The future belongs to people who can ask the right questions. So the real question for us is, how are we going to empower our students to ask those amazing, insightful, creative questions that an AI could never even dream of? Thanks so much for joining me.